Hello, I'm Dr. James Anderson, a board-certified urologist. Today I want to share how simple, natural choices can completely change a man's health after 50.
For decades, I've helped men regain energy and confidence, not just with prescriptions, but with science-backed natural solutions anyone can start today.
In this video, you'll discover 3 natural fruits that can transform your vitality. Stay with me. This could be the change you've been waiting for.
Most men over 50 have been told the same story. If your energy is fading, if your confidence is slipping, if performance isn't what it used to be, the answer must be a pill, a prescription, a hormone injection, or a colorful bottle of supplements. That story is powerful because it promises speed, but speed isn't the same as repair. I'm Dr. James Anderson, a practicing urologist, and for the past 5 years, I've helped hundreds of men in this exact season of life. Men who worry that intimacy is slipping away, who wake up less energized, who wonder if their best days are behind them. I've seen remarkable turnarounds, and not only from prescriptions. Again and again, the biggest, most durable changes came from small, consistent choices, especially the simple, overlooked choices made in the produce aisle. Before we dive into specifics, let's set one thing straight. Medications have their place. If your doctor prescribed something, take it as directed. Pills can be life-changing, even life-saving. But pills are often hammers. They force a response without rebuilding the system. Your body is a finely tuned machine. If the engine is clogged, the tires are bald, and the fuel is contaminated, flooring the accelerator will only get you so far. Food is the fuel and the maintenance plan. It's the quiet daily input that repairs the engine, replaces worn parts, and keeps the system running clean for decades. When you choose the right foods, you aren't forcing your body, you're supporting it. You're giving it the raw materials to heal, to stabilize hormones, to enhance circulation, and to restore nerve function. That's where 3 very ordinary fruits come in: pomegranate, blueberries, and watermelon. Each backed by science, each easy to use, each surprisingly effective for men over 50. Start with pomegranate. At the root of every strong morning, every feeling of vigor, every reliable performance is blood flow. Circulation delivers oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to every cell. When the endothelium, the delicate lining of your blood vessels, functions well, vessels relax and open on cue, and blood goes exactly where it's needed. Over years, stress, high blood pressure, smoking, and poor diet can damage that lining, leaving the road full of invisible potholes. Pomegranate is rich in antioxidants, particularly punicalagin, that help protect and restore endothelial function. In practical terms, it supports nitric oxide signaling, the same biological pathway targeted by prescription erectile medications, without forcing the system. Men who add pomegranate juice or seeds regularly often notice quiet but tangible shifts over weeks and months: easier arousal, more dependable firmness, better stamina, and a general lift in morning energy. Just as important is the psychological message. Choosing something vibrant and nourishing each day says, "I still care. I'm still investing in myself." That attitude change often accompanies the physical change. Now consider blueberries. After 50, nerves become more vulnerable to damage from oxidative stress, inflammation, and blood sugar swings. Signals from brain to body can feel muted or delayed. Sensation may be less clear. Blueberries are tiny, but their anthocyanins and flavonoids are mighty protectors. They help reduce oxidative stress, the internal rest, and support neurovascular function. Many of my patients describe a similar pattern when they add a daily cup of blueberries: clearer mental focus, a steadier mood, and over time, a livelier physical response. The biochemistry lines up with that experience. By lowering oxidative stress and supporting insulin sensitivity, blueberries help stabilize testosterone dynamics and preserve dopamine pathways tied to drive and motivation. This isn't a spike, it's a recalibration. A handful in the morning, blended into a smoothie, or eaten straight from the fridge is enough to begin that process. Easy, enjoyable, and cumulative.
Then there's watermelon, a fruit most people think of as a summer treat. Hidden in its juicy flesh is the amino acid citrulline, which your body converts to arginine, a precursor for nitric oxide. Again, we're back to that core molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving circulation where it counts. Some researchers call watermelon nature's blue pill for that reason. But the difference matters. Instead of overriding your system with a drug, you're supporting your body's own signaling. There are no harsh edges, just smoother flow, better oxygen delivery, and healthier tissue perfusion. Watermelon is more than 90% water, so it also addresses an overlooked problem: mild dehydration. When you're even a little dehydrated, blood becomes more viscous and vessels tend to constrict. Circulation slows, fatigue creeps in, and performance suffers. A few slices in the afternoon or evening restore fluids while quietly supporting nitric oxide production. Over time, men notice stronger mornings, steadier energy, and less end-of-day drag. How do you put all of this together in a way that doesn't feel like another complicated plan? Keep it simple and rhythmic. Morning, a glass of pomegranate juice or a generous spoonful of pomegranate arils over yogurt or oatmeal. Midday, a cup of blueberries, fresh or frozen. Evening, a few slices of watermelon as a refreshing dessert or blended into a light juice. That's it. No rigid rules, no special equipment, no specialty stores. You're building a habit stack that day after day gives your vessels, nerves, and hormones what they need. Think in weeks and months, not days. These fruits aren't about a dramatic overnight change. They're about steady repair and renewal that accumulates. If you're the kind of person who likes a tangible roadmap, pair those fruits with a few tiny upgrades that amplify the effect without overwhelming your routine. Drink a full glass of water upon waking and another with dinner. Take a 10 to 20-minute walk most days, after meals if you can. Movement stimulates circulation and improves insulin sensitivity, which supports hormone balance. Eat slowly enough to notice you're eating. The nervous system that controls digestion and arousal appreciates calm, not rush. None of these actions are impressive on their own. What makes them powerful is consistency. Done together, they become a nudge toward the physiology you want: better blood flow, steadier nerves, clearer mood, and more reliable performance. It's worth pausing on the emotional layer because it matters more than most men admit. When you choose fruit over something ultra-processed, you're not just consuming different molecules, you're rewriting a story. For years, many men internalize the idea that aging is decline, that intimacy is behind them, that energy inevitably fades. But age isn't an ending, it's a shift in strategy. The aggressive tactics of your 20s, pushing hard, ignoring signals, don't work as well. The smarter tactics of your 50s, repair, rhythm, and respect for your biology, work beautifully. Each time you reach for pomegranate, blueberries, or watermelon, you're casting a vote for the future you want. That self-respect compounds. Confidence returns, not only because circulation improves, but because you can feel yourself showing up. Men often ask what results to expect and when. Everyone's timeline is different, but the pattern I see most frequently looks like this. In the first week or two, improved hydration and micronutrients lift general energy and mood. Within 3 to 6 weeks, the circulation and antioxidant effects start to feel more specific. Morning firmness improves, recovery after exertion is smoother, and mental clarity holds later into the day. Over 2 to 3 months, those changes stabilize into a new baseline, provided you keep the rhythm going. At that stage, many men notice that smaller stresses don't derail them as easily, and that their confidence in intimate settings grows not from a forced response, but from a body that feels ready.
If you're taking medications or managing chronic conditions, keep your care team in the loop. These fruits play well with most treatment plans, but transparency is smart medicine. If you use prescription therapies for erectile function, you may find they work better on the foundation of improved endothelial health and hydration. If weight, Blood pressure or blood sugar are part of your picture. The same dietary rhythm supports those goals too. Pomegranate contributes polyphenols that favor vascular health. Blueberries assist insulin sensitivity and cognitive function. Watermelon supports hydration and nitric oxide. You're addressing the whole system, not just one symptom. Let me share a composite story built from many real patients. A 58-year-old man came in worried about softer mornings, lower drive, and fading confidence. He felt older than his years and had started to avoid intimacy because disappointment had become a pattern. His diet wasn't terrible, but it wasn't intentional. We didn't overhaul his life. We made 3 changes: pomegranate with breakfast, a cup of blueberries midday, watermelon slices after dinner. We added water upon waking, a short walk after lunch, and 2 5-minute breathing sessions per day. At 4 weeks, he reported better energy, fewer late-day crashes, and that something was waking up. At 8 weeks, he described steadier mornings and a clear sense of readiness. At 12 weeks, he and his partner felt the difference. Less pressure, more confidence, a sense that his body was working with him instead of against him. He didn't feel 25 again. He felt present, reliable, and proud of the care he was taking. That pride mattered as much as the physiology. There will be days you miss. Travel will disrupt your rhythm. Stress will tempt you to abandon the plan. Don't make it fragile. If you miss a day, resume the next. If you can't find pomegranate, lean on blueberries and watermelon. If watermelon isn't in season, double down on hydration and get your nitric oxide support from leafy greens and beets until it returns. Flexibility keeps the habit alive. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is a long arc of better inputs than before. You may wonder whether other fruits can join the rotation. Absolutely. Citrus supports vascular health. Kiwi fruit helps with regularity. Cherries aid recovery and sleep. Bananas replenish potassium. Variety is a gift, not a distraction. Think of pomegranate, blueberries, and watermelon as your daily anchors, and rotate others for color, enjoyment, and micronutrient diversity. The more you enjoy the plan, the longer you'll sustain it. If you've read this far, you're already different from most men. You're willing to invest attention in yourself. That's rare and valuable. So let me speak to you directly. If you've been feeling the frustration of softer mornings, slower responses, or less confidence, you are not broken. These aren't signs of failure. They're signs of change. And change is something you can respond to. Start where you are. Add 1 fruit today. Drink 1 extra glass of water. Walk 10 minutes after your next meal. Breathe slowly for 5 minutes before bed. Then do it again tomorrow. Let the small things compound until you trust your body again. When you do, you'll notice that it isn't just performance that returns. It's ease, it's warmth, it's the quiet satisfaction of a body that answers when called and a mind that believes in that answer. That's what I want for you. A return not to who you were, but to who you can be now. Wise, steady, and alive. If this message resonates, share it with someone who needs the reminder. Leave a comment with where you're watching from and what you're going to try first. And keep showing up for yourself, because the most important truth in men's health is also the simplest. You're not too old, you're not too late, you're just getting started.
Did you enjoy the video? Subscribe to our channel, Health and Wellness for All, for more tips and information. See you soon.